everybody, and welcome back to another episode of
My Waifu
and Me. And on today's episode, we are actually at the A-Kon anime convention here in Dallas, Texas, and we found what might be one of the best manga booths we've ever seen at any anime convention, or really any convention ever. We didn't take a lot of footage at this convention specifically, but we did get this quick footage. But mainly we're just going to show you what all we ended up buying from this amazing manga booth when we get back home. Alright everyone, so we're now home from Acon. I know that it was interesting there, and we really had a really great time, honestly. But we did end up just pretty much buying manga. That's all we pretty much bought at Acon. We did find Waifu bought some pins, and I actually bought some prints. But aside from that, we mostly spent our money and time on manga because we found arguably, the best booth, which is mainly what that footage was of pretty much the best booth that they had there for manga. So Waifu and I are going to show you what we picked up. Essentially, we pulled a haul that's around 30 to 40 volumes while we were at the at this one booth because they were doing some of the best deals that you could find on manga because everything was like 20% naturally, 20% off cover price. There was like an additional percentage depending on how many you picked up. So Waifu, start us off. What did you pick up?
Yep. So I found Maria the Virgin Witch. This is one of the first things I picked up. It's definitely a little bit of an older series. You don't really see it in stores that often anymore. So I have actually heard of good things about this series just over the past couple of years, but it's definitely one of those kind of low-key series. But, just wanted to try it out, and y'all know me, I like witches and stuff and Vikings and things like that, and supernatural in general. So, Maria the Virgin Witch.
So I'm going to start with a little bit of Yin Press stuff that I actually was able to find. So first things first, I was able to find Judge Volume 5, and I do have Volumes 1 and 2 of this series. It's a continuation of Doubt, essentially. It's not like a technical direct sequel, but sort of in the same world, universe, same author. That Among Us vibe. So I was able to pick up Volume 5. That means I'm missing Volume 3 and 4 now, I think. And I think 4 is pretty easy to find, but 3, who knows. I also was able to pick up Please Put Them On Takamine-san Volume 1. And I've been kind of wanting to pick this one up for a while. I know Volume 2 and 3 are a little bit less thick than this one, but I don't know. This is just one of those series. It has a time travel element. I've read a little bit of it online. I'm excited to pick up more, but I'm happy I got Volume 1 while I was there and they had the deal. And then I picked up 4 volumes of School Live. And so here's School Live. I was able to pick up Volume 6 as well as Volumes 8, 10, and 11. And School Live is sort of a unique twist on a slice of life series. And yeah, I don't want to spoil the twist on this one for you guys, so if you want to ever check it out, you should, but just know it's sort of a horror twist on a slice of life series. But yes, this is almost, now I think I'm almost complete on this. I've got 1 through 5. Mm-hmm. This gets me 6, 8, 10, and 11. I think I still need 12 as well as 7 as well as 9. So 12, 7, 9. I think I'm missing Volume 2 as well. So just a couple more and then I'll be completed with that series.
So the next thing I found is continuing a series that I actually picked up recently, and that is Kiss Him Not Me, Volume 6 and 7. Show you the Volume 7 cover.
I like
pretty
that
cute.
cover.
Yeah, it's actually really cute.
Really nice.
Yeah, I have a feeling, I still haven't gotten the chance to start it yet, but I do have a feeling I'm going to really like this series.
Yeah.
And again, like Jerry said, a lot of this stuff was already pretty deeply discounted, so it was one of those things that's like, okay, might as well pick up some stuff that we'd pick up anyway later on down the line, but right, for a better price. So that was my next pickup at Acon at that really awesome booth.
Okay, so continuing the Yin Press haul, there's another series that I recently picked up Volume 1 for at a reduced price, and I found most of it at this booth. And honestly, I don't know if this series is still in print. I'm not really sure. I don't think it's available on Right Stuff, but it might be available at some other primary retailers. But I was able to find a bunch of volumes of Sumo Momo, which is the first series by Shinobu Otaka, the same mangaka that ended up doing Maggie and Orient. This is a series about this young character here essentially is like a dynasty to a martial arts family, I believe. And there's a male character that she has to, I believe, marry. Something along. I read a little bit of the first volume. And and I picked up the first volume moderately recently. I actually really liked that it was how different it was than something like Maggie or Orient, and I was like, well, this is different for this author, and I actually really like the art style, and so something jumped out about it to me, and I was like, oh, maybe this is kind of one of those ones that's forgotten to time, one of those shonens, but I was able to pick up a bunch of volumes, so I got, as you can see, I got volume 2, but I also got pretty much a ton. I'm not going to show all the covers just because of how many that I got, but let me see, there was one cover I really liked. Oh, man. Wow, there's actually a couple. Honestly, I'm kind of like torn. I'm like, there's actually a lot of cool covers on these. I like the, I don't know if other people are into it, but I've always liked the sort of white background with character aesthetic that a lot of mangaka have gone for with some of their manga covers. Oh, I like this one a lot. That's a cool cover as well. But yeah, there's just something about this series that kind of stood out to me. I think it's only like 12 volumes, or I think I'm pretty close to having all of it now, but I did notice when I was going through the volumes, I believe volume 4 was missing. So I got 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11. So, 4 and 10 were missing through up to 11. So I'm still missing those two. And then I want to say maybe only volume 12 is the finale or something like that. So I should be able to complete this series pretty soon.
Next up is volume 2 of Musashi number 9. You saw I picked up volume 1 of this for like $2.50 really recently. And again, it's something that you don't really see around a lot. So when I saw that booth had it, definitely worth picking up the second volume just in case I do enjoy the first one. Yeah. I feel like that's everybody's thoughts when they're buying manga. It's like, maybe I'll get volume 2 also just in case. But this one's actually in really good condition. It only has maybe a little bit of yellowing because it's older. Yeah. But I mean, it's really crisp. It feels like it hasn't even been read that often because it actually feels kind of stiff. So
there you go.
I don't know, really cool find.
Yeah. So continuing my recent addiction to Del Rey manga prints, which is such a weird addiction that I've been into, I found a couple different Del Rey prints that really interested me, and I decided to grab some of them. So first I picked up volume 2 and volume 5 of Pumpkin Scissors, which I believe this series only has 5 printed volumes in the US, so I think that I now have 2 of the 5, but everything after that never got printed in the US, and it's either on hiatus or has just been running. It's something that I don't know if the series ever got a natural conclusion in Japan. I know very little about it, but I know it's another Del Rey print of sort of that shonen genre, and that's really been something I've just been really into lately, so I grabbed that one. I like the artwork, I like the style of it. Additionally, I grabbed 3 more volumes of Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei, which I was actually I've grabbed some of these at half-price books over the last couple months, so I grabbed volumes 9, volume 11, and volume 12 of Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei. This is another series that was a Del Rey print that got canceled and never had its complete series printed in the US, but it's about a teacher, and I believe he was maybe gonna like commit suicide or something like that, and he kind of gets egged on to not do it by his students that kind of make him revisit life. It's something like that. Don't quote me on that. I haven't actually read the manga yet, but I know a little bit about the anime from episodes I'd seen a long time ago. And then lastly, I did pick up volume 1 and 2 of the Yagyu Ninja Scrolls Revenge of the Hori Clan, another Del Rey print continuing from one of our other recent hauls where I picked up Basilisk. And this is from the same creators. So Yagyu Ninja Scrolls Revenge of the Hori Clan. I believe this is kind of in the same vein as Basilisk as well, sort of like a dark ninja story. But these are actually still sealed, which I thought was interesting. Like still sealed in plastic, but the plastic was like grimy, dude. So you really can't like see it super good, but it was like grimy, so I might yank that plastic off there just because how grimy it is. Yeah. But very interesting to find these still sealed in plastic. But yeah, actually I just realized these Zetsubo Senseis are actually the Kodansha prints of them, not the Del Rey prints. Oh, wow. So I didn't even notice that when I picked them up. But Del Rey is the one who started the print run for that series specifically. But I guess Kodansha took over it at some point.
Next up, really quick, a single of Knights of Sidonia. You guys know that we've been collecting this. This is volume 13. Close. I know, we're really close to finishing it out. And they're kind of hard to find, so again, just like when you find it, like you might as well pick it up. And it was for cover price too, so it's not like it was like priced or anything. So definitely a cool find, and hoping that we can really finish out this collection. But yeah, really cool cover art.
Yes.
That one.
So then now continuing some Kodansha prints, I was able to pick up volumes 2, 3, and 4 of Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches. Here's the deal with this series. It's super long. They actually had a ton of the volumes at this manga booth. Honestly, they may have even had every volume of it if I had looked hard enough. But I was really just not in the mood to get all of it. So I just picked up 3 additional volumes, kind of add to the volume 1 that I already have. I know that at some point it switches over to omnibuses. I think that they only printed like 3-in-1s for like a bunch of the final volumes. I think the last one's like not even out yet still. Like it's still like coming up. Like it still needs to be released, which is super odd. But I did pick up 3 more volumes just to have the first 4. I don't believe a ton of the volumes are tough to find. I think they're still pretty easy to find. So if I do end up liking all 4, then I think that I'll go for more. But still, it's like 30 volumes or something. It's like a long series. So I was just not prepared to buy all of it while I was there. I was just not ready for that. No. So just grabbed a couple to maybe add a few to the stack, and then we'll kind of make some decisions later. Additionally, I picked up another kind of continuing series, and this is now from the Dark Horse prints, actually. And this cover's a little raunchy, but I'm going to show it anyway. I think
it's fine.
I think it'll pass the censors.
It's fine.
So this is Reiko the Zombie Shop by Rey Mikamoto. This is actually a Josei series that was printed by Dark Horse for a short amount of time. I want to say they only printed, this might have even been the last one they printed, like 6 volumes of it. And I think the series ended up being almost double that in length or something, 12, 13, something like that. But it's an interesting Josei zombie series, and I'm like, dang, these prints are so freaking gorgeous. Like, sometimes Dark Horse just prints really good books, and this is an example of that. So I really want to get the rest. So now I have volume 1 and volume 6. Got to get 2 through 5. So I'm definitely going to try to get into that just because, I love zombie stuff. So had to get it. And then this one really was interesting to me. So this is Who Fighter with Heart of Darkness, printed by Dark Horse. And it's by, the mangaka's name is Seiho Takazawa. And I noticed on the back here it talked about how he's a little bit of a prolific mangaka, but this was one of his first works printed officially in English. And I really liked the artwork inside. It's kind of got that interesting mix of like old school manga artwork and new school. So this was just in such nice condition, and it just looked so interesting to me. I decided to pick it up because it is like a one-off. It's not like a series. And I think that made it a little more of like, oh, I'll just grab that because it's just a one-off Dark Horse printed of some of the collected short stories, I believe, by this author. So added this to the stack as well.
My last pickup is 6 and 8 of the cross game. I guess they're 2-in-1s, 3-in-1s. I don't know. 8's the last one. You can see that on the back final volume. I thought it was 10 at first, but no, just 8. Just 8. So
yeah.
I think that leaves 5 and 7.
Yeah, 5 and 7.
Pick up.
And then I think we're done.
Then
right?
I'll be finished. Which
or 3. I think we're missing 3 also.
Okay, so
we have
3,
1, 2,
5,
and 4,
and 7. All the odd numbers. That's what it is.
We need the odd numbers.
Which I think actually a lot of it is available on Right Stuff, so that might be a part of a future Right Stuff order. Yeah, definitely satisfied with how quickly I pieced together this series. It was definitely a little unexpected. I was like, oh, it's cross game. It was like hidden under a table there. So,
yeah.
I found it and I was like, oh, that's awesome because, again, it's a series that you just don't really see in the stores that often.
Yeah.
The ones that I have found were at half price books stores. So seeing it at the booth at Acon was definitely really cool to find that. So definitely excited to find those last 3 and then piece together the whole series. I think it's going to be a fun one.
And the final pickup of Acon was, it's 7 volumes of the weekly Shonen Jump series, Siren. And this is quite the popular series nowadays. Seems like more and more people are trying to get their hands on these volumes. There were only 16 volumes that were ever published. And then the series was canceled, unfortunately. And that is the complete amount that was available in Japan as well. So it concluded, technically. But it was canceled in its weekly Shonen Jump run. And I recently found Volume 1 at a half-price books. So to be able to get all these for 25% off, I think I actually got almost 30% off on these ones, was nice. Because that's below cover price, significantly below cover price. And helps to almost, to pull up a lot of the sets. So most of what I got here was 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which is really the back half of the series. But I did also get 6 and 9. I do believe it's Volume 8 that is sort of the pesky volume from this set, that is sort of tough to get / a little more expensive. But that mainly leaves the earlier numbers for me to put this set together and actually complete it. I remember reading bits and pieces of this when I was super young, when Jump was just popular at the time, and I never ended up completing it, and my little brother completed it, and he always thought highly of it. It's kind of one of those series that's been a little bit like lost to time because of the weekly Shonen Jump speed cycle that gets canceled, and it's one that, because it got canceled at such a weird number, it just never got an anime series, but it's 16 volumes, which is pretty lengthy for a weekly Shonen Jump series. Look at Promised Neverland with only 20 volumes, and it kind of being considered a pretty big hit. But at 16 volumes, it just never got any sort of adaptation, which maybe we live in an era where we'll finally get a Siren anime, I don't know, with renewed interest in it. But most of these, I don't know if they're fully out of print, but they certainly are not being printed frequently or any time off, like soon or often, to my understanding. So I'm still going to need volumes 2 through 5 as well as 7, 8, 10, and 16. So quite a bit more to finish this set, but I'm really happy these were in such good condition, and I was able to get essentially like half of it already now. So I'm already almost halfway done with Siren. And on that note, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I know that Alyssa and I had a wonderful time at A-Kon this year. We really did not film almost at all, so you're only getting like a little bit of tertiary footage, then mostly our haul afterwards. Yeah. That's mainly because we were just trying to have a good time and enjoy ourselves and enjoy the con. We didn't really want to have to be carrying the camera around the whole time, but when we found that one manga booth, we knew we needed to get some footage of that booth and then also show you guys what all we ended up picking up from there, because it's pretty rare at anime cons that you find a booth that actually has like a lot of older manga or manga that maybe you're not going to see at a regular store. Like Kinokuniya had a booth at A-Kon, but it was mainly just like brand new stuff we could literally walk into Kinokuniya and buy anyway. So it was whatever, but we really had a good time at A-Kon, and we really want to give a shout out. We had 2 people approach us at A-Kon and literally say, hey, we watch your channel, and I want to give a shout out to both of them. Thank you guys so much for coming up and saying hey, and I hope you see this. I believe your name was Josh, was one of the guys who came up to me.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your other name.
We didn't.
I'm so sorry. And like he and our group had like walked off, so I'm sorry if I was acting awkward, but I really enjoyed our side hug. It was really a special moment for me. It's the first time people like actually approached us, so I think that just says a lot that our channel's growing to that point where, you know, people start recognizing us and come up to us and say hey. So it was really, it just made my day for real. Like, you know, even though it was hot and miserable here in Texas, like getting to meet people that watch the channel was just, it was so awesome. So thanks for letting me give you a side hug. That was a little awkward and that I kind of rushed off, but you know, please comment and say hi. So I know
please comment. I know someone had commented and said they saw us but didn't actually come and say hi. So next time, come say hi if you're a fan of the channel. We are pretty approachable, I think. So feel free to come up, say hey. We are going to sit and talk to you and going to have a good time if that's the case. So on that note, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. We're inching very close to 1,000 subscribers here on My Waifu Me, and that makes us so excited because that is such a great milestone for us. So we're so excited. So make sure if you're new that you like, comment, subscribe, but also if you're a returning viewer, make sure that you do all that stuff as well because it helps us to grow here on YouTube and meet more people and get more connected within the manga community and the manga tube space. And on that note, this has been another episode of My Waifu and Me. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. This is My Waifu and Me, and we're saying peace.